How to share your password using LastPass. Hi, I'm Dave of Tech Experts, and we help entrepreneurs to close the gaps that exist across the tools needed for your online business. And today we're going to look at how to safely share your password using LastPass. If you stick around the end, I'll have some tips on when I don't think it is a good idea to share your password using LastPass with someone like your virtual assistant. But let's see how you do it first. Now, as a note, both you and the recipient you're sharing it to must be running a copy of LastPass. This can be a free copy or a paid copy, it doesn't matter, but you both need to be using a copy. And if the recipient doesn't already have one, they can sign up for a free one when they get the invite. So let's take a look and see how it works. So the first step you're going to do is go ahead and open your browser. The next thing you're going to do is click on this little LastPass icon in your menu extension bar. You're going to go ahead and log in if you haven't logged in already, and then you're going to click Open My Vault. Now the vault is where it's storing all of your usernames and passwords for all the accounts you have in here, and you can share any of them you choose out of here. So when we roll over the Canva we want to share, the first thing we see is the big button for launch. Now down here we see the edit button, the share button, and the delete button. So we're going to click the share button. It will then prompt us to enter the email address for the person we're sharing it to. And this is the email address that the recipient is going to need to log in to LastPass with. Now by default, this little checkbox here after I enter my email address is not checked, and you can check it if you want. They'll be able to see your password. If you leave it like the default unchecked, which I think is a great idea, it adds a little extra level of safety for you. They can use your password, but they won't be able to see your password. So just know it lets them still use it even if they can't see it. So next step, we're going to click the share button, and we will get the green bar at the top saying it was shared successfully. Now, before we leave the sender's side, let's take a look in the sharing center, because this is where you can check who you shared it with and make sure everything looks good. So if you click on the second tab, which is shared with others, this is you sharing it with somebody else. So you see that it says it's pending, and then we see the username that it is shared to. Now, if we check the little box here, we get an actions icon, and the choices under that are edit, share again because I have a paid account, resend invitation, or cancel invitations. The resend invitation is they deleted now their email, they lost it in their junk, and you want to resend it knowing that that email address that you're sharing it to is correct. Now, if you say the email address is incorrect, or I decided I don't want to share this with the recipient, you click the cancel choice and it will cancel the share. Even if they try to click the link, it still won't work for them. So this completes everything on the sender's side for now. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. Now on the recipient side, the first thing you're going to do, the next step will be open your email. This is the first thing the recipient's going to do, is open their email. And when I open my email, this is what I see. The big LastPass sent me an email saying someone shared something with me, and I can click the accepted shares button, this big red square. To accept it, it will launch my browser and prompt me to log in and have this added to my vault. So that's the next step now, is going to be click the accepted shares button. Now this is the email address that it was mailed to. This is the email address you must log in to LastPass with. Now, if you don't have an account, you would click here to create an account, and it would let you sign up for a free account at that point. I'm going to go ahead and log into my email with my email address I sent it to. And this is what we see as soon as you log in. LastPass moves you from your all items folder to your shared center, and it opens this dialog box under the shared with me tab, and you see in the background here it says it is pending. You can change the name, and the folder it defaults to is the accepted shares offers folder, and I like that because I know everything in there means it came from somebody else and it's something someone shared with me, and it's not just my own username and password. So you can put it in a different location. I personally like keeping it here. It makes it super easy for me to remember. Someone shared this to me. When it's removed and I don't have any more shares with me, this folder will disappear as well. So I'm going to click the save to save that choice. I get the accepted saved successfully. My shared with me tab halfway refreshes in the fact that it got rid of the pending status. So if I click the shared with others and then back to the shared with me, I now see it fully refreshed and it says accepted as a status. Now I can launch Canva from here. I can click the actions icon, and the only two actions I have now as the recipient are either edit, like I want to edit the name, or remove. There is no ability for me to share this on to somebody else. So it's another level of security for the person sending it to me. I can't reshare it to somebody else. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. I'm going to close my email. And we're going to go back to the original sender's LastPass. So I'm going to go back into my Chrome and look in my sender's LastPass. I'm going to choose to open my vault. And now I'm going to go to the sharing center. And this time when I click on the shared with others, I see it's accepted, and it shows me that they successfully accepted it. This person that is sending, also this default email of theirs, will get an email in that it was accepted when the person accepted the share. So just know when someone accepts your share, you will get an accepted email letting you know someone accepted something, and it will have a link to take you to here to see what they have accepted. Now, if you click the actions icon here, so you still have the launch, the actions icon, the checkbox, forget the actions, your choices are edit, share again, because like I said, I have a paid account, so paid accounts can share with more than one person. A free account can only share with one person. And revoke access. So this is when you use this when you no longer want your virtual assistant to have access to this account. They've finished that section of the project, they're no longer working with you, or they don't need it anymore and you don't want to share it with them. So let's see how that works. We're going to click the revoke access now, and this is how you're canceling your share to someone that's already accepted it. And it says to you, the revoke access for the email address, they'll lose the access to this items. Are you sure you want to do this? You say yes. You get the green bar at the top saying it's revoked. It disappears out of here. If we refresh it, it's still truly gone. And that completes the revoking on the sender's side, the sharer's side. So let's take a look at the recipient side and see what happened for them. It's going to prompt me to log back in, so hold on. So open my vault. Now, that accepted shares offer folder that was here before is gone. It was the first one on the list. It's no longer there. If I go to the shared center and I clicked on the share with me tab, there's nothing there. So that share, when they revoked it, it removed it completely from everything that I see, and I no longer have any access to that. So we're going to close this out. Hey, so that completes how to share your password using LastPass. Now, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, like us, and share it with your friends and family. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button for me so you can be in all the know of all of our videos when we're coming out. Now, I promise if when we got to the end, I would tell you, maybe, sometimes I don't think it's great for share a password and when it is. So let's talk about that real quick before we go. When to share your password using LastPass safely? I think that's a great idea when you want to share with like your virtual assistant to manage your email box, right? So you have that email box that says support at, contact us at, info at, admin at, request at, right? Your general email where all the emails come in through the web forms and every place else, it all flows into that one email box, right? And you need someone to just kind of clean it up, speed it along, and organize it so you know what you're dealing with in there. Because we all get a bunch of junk mail and spam and crazy stuff. We want to have your virtual assistant be able to go through, clean it out, clean it up, and deal with it, and not have to make you pay for an extra account just so that they can do that. So when you can sit down with them every day and say, this is what we got, this is what we need to do, take care of these go to the FQAs, these go to the sales team, these go to the tech support team, this is a real problem, these just put them in the cold lead list, right? That is a great choice. Now, the choice where you want to say, I've got a mailing list and I need to have them send out or write my newsletter for me, that's not a great choice. And here's the thing. When they log into like your MailChimp, your AweberWeber, your ConvertKit with your account, they have all the rights and permissions as you. The system has no way of identifying that it's them in or it's you in, which means if you say, I want you to create these and be able to review these with you, there's no way for the system to know that they created those newsletters for you and that you're going to go through a review process with it and send it back to them and say, hey, make these need to be a little bit adjusted, or we want to change some wording on here, or add this new promotion and whatever we're selling right now, or update it, right? There's no way for the system to be able to tell that they were in and how much time they spent in, because it only thinks it's you that was in there. That also means they get access to everything you have access to, including like your banking and billing information, maybe your personal email address or a personal mailing address. Everything that you have full access to, they get full access to. So for that, I don't think it's a good idea to share your username and your password with them using LastPass. Instead, I recommend you set up them as a user or team member in those applications and then assign them the appropriate rights that you want them to have. So maybe they can create all the newsletters for you, but you get the final review, approval, and send capacity to just you. So they can't just send out some special without you knowing about it or without you approving it, right? You have that little extra level of separation and padding and control. Not to mention that if something happens and they leave, then you can just cancel that account and you don't have to worry about it affecting your account. You don't have to be like, I gotta change my password for every one of them, or I gotta cancel my whole account because something went wrong or something got changed and messed up. No, you have a level of separation between you and the work that they can do. And that's just a good idea. Now that means you're going to have to plan out and strategize out when you want to share the accounts and when you don't want to share the accounts. When you want to look at creating team accounts for them, all the things that they want you to do, and when you don't, and what levels of access you want to grant those team members to have. Now I know this can be a little bit overwhelming or confusing, and you thought, oh, I'm just going to simply share a password, but Dave's talking about teams now. Don't worry, we got you covered. Please click the link in the description where it says Tech Assessment. Complete the Tech Assessment so we can determine where you're at, if we're a good fit for your needs, and how we can help you put the best password management and password sharing plan or user account plan in place for your business and for your needs. Now, we will have links in those show descriptions as well for other videos in the password management series. We have a whole series of these videos in password management. We will have links in there as well as links to LastPass. Now some of these links may be affiliate links. If they're affiliate links, we do get a small commission for them, but it just helps us continue to create more new and amazing content. That can be how do I guides, reviews, or tech tips. All of those we are making more, and we have more cool stuff coming out all the time. Remember, that's why we wanted you to subscribe. Now, if you have any comments, feedbacks, or suggestions, you can leave them in the comments down below. You can also email us or DM us, and we'd be happy to chat with you. Just remember, I'm Dave of Tech Experts, and I look forward to working with you.